the BMW Doctor here, and today we have a 335i from 2008, and it's got 80,000 miles. And the customer complaint was his belt was falling in pieces. So he looked at it and saw a lot of oil. And these N54 engines are known for the oil filter housing gasket leak. So today this is what we're going to do. It's a 335i coupe, so it's the E92 style. I believe it's a 2008. It's it's September of 2008, and we're gonna go ahead and get to it. To take this off, we're gonna need to take these Torxes off, take the scoop off, take the airbox off, take the cabin air filter housing off, and then we'll take this coolant hose off, and then I'll walk you through that from there. Alright, let's go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna take this guy off right here. And then there's an 8mm right here. Take that one off. And then 8mm is all along on the housing. And then on the other side it's the same exact thing. So that one is off, as you can see. I'm going to take these. Pull on that, it comes off. The reason why we're doing this is we need to take this the intake manifold off, and on these you'll need to do that. On the 5 series it's probably a little bit easier, but on these you'll have to do this. You don't want to wiggle this out. These connectors are still connected to them, so just need, the cables. So we'll just need to undo them. Simply just pull on it. Comes off. Once you do that, this is ready to go. There's a sensor here. And you just pull. I would leave this rubber rubber thingy off because it should stay here. Now you gotta take the filter off. It's got two clamps, one here, two clamps, one right here and one at the other end. This one is missing. We're gonna do the other one. It's right here. You just need to undo it, that's all. Don't need to take it off or anything. Now I will take this hose off. This usually sits right here. Just clamp it on the sides. If it's too hard, do it with pliers. And then just put it somewhere where it doesn't bother you. This one you just pull and it comes off. And then you take these cables off. So these cables have I'll show you what they got. So cables sit right here, 3 of them, and this rubber piece just slides on these guys. 3 cables in all of them. Each one has that rubber piece. Check your air filter while you add this. And then now we're gonna take the undo this guy. To undo it, you'll need to undo this T25 and then just slide this down. What we're going to do is we just need enough room, so we move the intake to remove all the intake bolts off and move this intake a little bit, that way I can get access to the external torque bolt. So first we gotta do, you don't have to worry about any of this or this guy. You just need to take this one off and slide the plastic air duct down, that's all. For this one we're going to use a T30. This one stays in there. The screw just stays in there. Now it's a little bit loose, we're going to take this off. And then just bring it down a little bit. That's it, that's enough. And now, just gonna leave this hanging here. The only thing that's holding it, this guy, I'm probably just gonna take this off. I try not to take too many hoses off because most of these break, so try not to do that. If your car has more than 100,000 miles, these are going to be really brittle. So I suggest that you get vacuum hose from AutoZone. It's like $3 a foot. Get you a bunch of that, so if anything breaks, you can replace it. At this point, we're just going to go ahead and get our drill, zip these 11 millimeters off the intake manifold, and then we'll get access to that stinker in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and take this oil pressure switch, the connector. Everything is keyed. Keyed means it won't plug into somewhere that doesn't belong, and the connectors are different, so don't have to worry about messing that up. So next we're gonna go ahead and take the intake manifold off. Get an 11 millimeter. There's a lot of hoses here. Be careful. Magnet is your friend here, so get you one ready. That bolt is not original, by the way. Doesn't look like it's original. Looks like there's a washer on there too. You definitely don't. You definitely don't get a washer on these bolts. They come with a washer built in, so someone probably lost it. Just put a matching bolt. I don't know what against. Okay, it's a good thing. That one's about to fall off, so I just left it on the threads and grabbed it with the magnet. So right now your intake manifold is ready. All you need to do is move it a tad so you can get to where you need to get. I believe we have access. Alright, now we're going to take this cover off. This guy right here. I'm going to take him off. It's only a an Allen. I have enough access. I don't need to get more. I'm just gonna leave it here and then undo. That's cool. Get these out of the way. There we go. So let me show you what we got. So where I'm trying to get is this bolt right here. If the intake manifold is pushed in, you don't have access to that right here. So now I do. I'm gonna get my extension, swivel socket, and zip that out. Before we do that, we're gonna take the oil filter housing off. I mean the oil filter, yeah, the housing, and just drain that oil that's in there. You're gonna need one of these. It's 68.16. I got this for $7 off Amazon. This oil is super bad. Damn. Oil is garbage. Get some of it out so it doesn't bother me later. Still recording? Yeah. Okay, now we're ready. So let me get this last oily piece. The reason why I did that, so when I take the housing off, it doesn't leak oil everywhere. Ask me how I know. So next we're gonna take these 8mm and then take this off, replace the gasket, and take this guy off. It's an E12. I just want to undo there. This one looks like it needs a socket station. Bottom one is kind of tricky, so not if you have one of these. This is a small, not sure what the measurement is. It's a small wobble extension, and it's pretty simple if you have that. started to leak some oil on there. So I'm gonna have my rags ready. It's not much, but I like to make it a mess. We got here. Last one. Because it's easier than 535 because on 535 I wasn't able to take that off. Not sure if I probably need a special tool to take it off. Or maybe I just didn't try as hard, but I got it off, but it's kind of very tricky. So here we go, we got this guy here. I'm gonna clean it up, all this oil, and there are gaskets on the oil cooler hoses. I'm gonna reuse those. Doesn't look like that this gasket is gonna be that bad, but yeah. So this we're gonna move to I believe it's gonna be a 10. Alright, so 10. Be careful of these bolts, mostly they're aluminum. The bottom one you're gonna need a gear wrench. And that one is a smaller one, it's an 8. Let me show you where it is. So first I'm taking this one off, and then there's this guy right here. I got all my rags, so you see the oil mess. And this one is an 8mm. You can take this hose off and do it with a ratchet. I have a gear wrench, so I'm not gonna do that. It saves me a lot of time, and this always breaks, so if you take this off you might break it and need to order a new one. Mostly people replace the whole hose, which goes down there and to the thermostat. It's a big mess, so I would just buy me a gear wrench set and get this done. They are very prone to strip, so be careful. Yeah, so we're gonna take 1, 2, and this guy right here. Alright, so now 8mm. Take this guy off. I mean a 10. Wait. So it's a 10 on the bottom. I lied. I'm gonna use this guy. you take this off, there will be coolant and oil coming out, so be careful. That's why I have all these rags under. So this is gonna get stuck, but what you need to do is take this one off and slide the housing out, and then your wrench will come off. So now we're just gonna go and get the 10mm with a swivel. Break that loose. And you can see coolant coming out right now. You can't, but there is. I'm gonna take this hose off. Take this bolt all the way. Now I got room, so I can get my wrench out, take the bolt out. There's a lot of debris and oil, and it's being really stubborn. So we got that bolt. It is in fact a 10mm. Now you want to zip this one off all the way. Once you do, the housing is free. You can see it's been leaking. So we're gonna clean all that. It's been going like that way, this way. And all over the place. Put this guy in here. So it doesn't leak. Okay, so how this works is coolant and oil meet in the same chamber, but they don't mix, and coolant cools down the oil, and that's how it's done. So we're gonna spray some brake clean on here, clean it up, and then we'll go from there. This is where the gasket goes. Looks like it's pretty dirty. For that, we're going to use a green scrubby. These guys, they're your friend when you do gaskets. Alright, so this abrasive pad, you can get them from any grocery store. It's like for washing dishes and stuff. So let roll. This is very critical. Make sure you're super clean before going to the next step. Alright. Now we will put the new gasket in. So, yeah. So we got some, got the gaskets we're gonna put on. You're gonna need a pick tool to put them on. This is my pick tool. Put it over here so I can show you. And with the pick tool, you want to pry this gasket off. Usually it's a little bit worse than this. This is actually not that bad. Still almost new. I'm sure when they installed this there was a problem with the torques and stuff, so that's probably why it's leaking. We're gonna replace this, clean this up. This is very critical. You need to clean this up really good before putting the new gasket on. Alright guys, so we got the gasket, and you don't put any RTV or anything, you just put this guy in here. Just like that. I went ahead and cleaned it really good with carburetor cleaner, and then that part we already cleaned pretty good too. So now we're just gonna reverse the process. On this side you're gonna need the other gasket. This looks like the old one, new one right here. Make sure this groove that the gasket goes into is clean very well, because if it's not, it's just gonna seep oil when it gets hot. Now we're gonna put this back in here, and it's gonna go like this. This guy. Okay. So I'm going to put this bolt, this long one, goes in here, and then I put my gloves on, and then we're going to get the bottom one. is the annoying one. Yeah, they're all the same. Pretty sure. Long one, 3. Oh, this is a smaller one. Hold on a second. It's this one for sure. Okay, you don't tighten them all the way. You just need to make sure it's seated. So I'm going to put the last bolt. The one that's in there is this one. So use a piece of shop towel so it doesn't fall off. So I just snug them just to, not too much, just a bit. And do the same with all of them. going to torque them to spec in just a second.